Hello everybody. I feel like I've just jumped into another vlog. I've recently just uploaded one and it's like been a couple of days and I feel like vlogging again. So this one is going to be centered around the summer reading challenge. I had done a TBR earlier on in the month talking all about it, so I'm not going to go into too much depth about the goals and the outcomes of the summer reading challenge. But if you want to find out a little bit more about it, definitely check out that video, which I'll link in the cards for you. I thought I'd start off this video with just whizzing through the books again that I'm hoping to get through for this challenge. They're all middle grade YA kind of stories, and I've got 6 here to share with you, so let's get started. The first one is the one that I think I'm probably going to get to first, is Alan Garner's The Owl Service. I've also got Waking the Witch by Rachel Birch, Beastly Beauty by Jennifer Donnelly, Storm of Sisters by Michelle Harrison, which is the latest book in the A Pinch of Magic series, October by Katja Balin, and Wonderstruck by Brian Selznick. So those are the books that I'm hoping to get through during this summer. During the 6 weeks is kind of like the idea, but just as and when I pick them up, and I'll probably be doing proper wrap-ups throughout this vlog. So when it comes to my regular end of month wrap-up, I'll just refer everyone to this video for these books if I finish them within like July, August, that sort of thing, you know. But yes, let's get on to that. I suppose I will say I am about to head out, well, in about an hour. I'm gonna go see Spirited Away at the theatre, which I'm so excited to see. I think me and my friend booked these tickets like last year. It feels like last year. Damn, that was ages ago. But yeah, I'm so excited for that. I just need to have some breakfast and I'm pretty much ready other than that, so I might get some reading in beforehand. But anyway, that is it for now. I shall catch you in a little bit. Spirited Away last night was absolutely phenomenal. The way they created all the fantastical creatures on the stage was mind-blowing. I thought they might use like puppetry, because I'd seen Lion King some years ago and I was like, oh, how are they going to bring the animals to life, and that was phenomenal. But even still, like, it took it to another level, like kites and puppetry and illusion. It was magical, absolutely magical. I think I'm going to take myself to bed and start Owl Service by Alan Garner. It's from the moment Alice discovers the dinner service in the attic. With its curious pattern of floral owls, a chain of events is set in progress that is to affect everybody's lives. Something old and powerful is stirring in the Welsh Valley. Alice and Roger and Gwyn can all feel it, but only Hugh seems to understand it. Inevitably, forces from the past overwhelm the present. Will any of them be strong enough to forestall the fate that threatens? It has got a introduction by Philip Pullman. I'm probably going to, I love Philip Pullman's his Dark Materials series. I'm probably going to wait to read the introduction to the end because I find that it always spoils stuff. So the introduction will be an outroduction for me. But I'm gonna give this a go for my first book for the summer reading challenge, which actually officially starts in 2 days. So I'm getting a bit of a head start, a bit cheeky. It starts on Saturday the 20th, but yeah, I'm gonna give this a go. A gorgeous cover. I think this is a special edition, like a celebrating how many years thing. It's gorgeous. Good morning, everybody. I am just opening up for work today, getting situated for the day. I've been reading a little bit more of The Owl Service and I'm getting really intrigued about the magic of it all and this almost kind of possession quality that we have with one of our main characters. So I'm definitely looking forward to exploring those themes more. But I think I'm just around 50 pages or maybe a little bit more so far, but so far so good. I started reading this today. This is Alistair Campbell's Politics, Q&As, interviews and more. I have been wanting to kind of just become more of a well-rounded individual. So obviously I've been learning about my heritage, well, it's not obvious. I feel like I've been talking it in a couple of videos, but with like the Windrush generation, I've been learning a little bit more about that. And I'm also onto politics because I really do not know anything about politics. This is seeming to be very helpful. It is very user-friendly. It's aimed at children, younger audience, and the breakdown of terminology and what things mean is just very useful. So far I'm really enjoying it. I'm whizzing through it. I'm about halfway through, but I'm also skipping ahead to where it says see page blah blah blah. I'm reading those pages during the context, so I'm probably more than 66 pages in technically, but in terms of linear reading I'm 66 pages in. But yeah, I thought I'd update you guys on that. This is probably going to be a bonus book or just a book I swap in for my summer reading challenge because it is aimed at children, but it's non-fiction. I thought that might be interesting to spice it up, especially in the idea of bettering my knowledge and educating myself, which I also feel is kind of like a goal of the summer reading challenge because it's mainly to keep up reading skills throughout the 6 weeks for youngsters and, you know, get their critical thinking, their reviewing, that sort of thing, and their confidence in speaking to others and formulating thoughts. So yeah, non-fiction works for that too in my mind. So there are my thoughts so far. I'm back again to talk about yet another book that I've snuck into this reading challenge of mine. One that I was talking about in my last reading vlog actually, and that was mentioned in my 5-star predictions for the summer. So that is Crater Lake by Jennifer Killock, and I won't bore you with all the details of what it's about because I did talk about it in both the videos that I've just mentioned. But just to put you out of your misery, it wasn't a 5-star read as I had hoped it would be. It was a 4-star read. I really did enjoy it, but it just wasn't as outstanding as I was hoping. So I really loved the kind of vulnerability we got from our characters as the story progressed, and it was all kind of like the last hurrah, the last school trip before they all go off into year 7, big school, separate ways, and for some of them they might not be as in contact as they are now in year 6. But of course we have that amongst this awful summer trip that has just gone entirely wrong. There's monsters all over the place and they're trying to survive I think it's 2 nights, 3 days. So yeah, I really enjoyed the vulnerability of them kind of sharing stories together whilst in this sort of predicament and just thinking about what's coming next in terms of school, which was really quite positive when you think about it because they are in a situation where they don't know if they're actually going to survive, and for them to be thinking of things like school and friendships and bullies, it was just can just compartmentalize things and get on with it a lot of the time. So yeah, I really liked that, and overall it was just a fun adventure. Really enjoyed the types of monsters that we got in this and the descriptions of them all. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. It just didn't have that oomph that I was hoping for in the story, or that moorishness. I ended up reading this kind of, it was like dual reading. I was doing the physical book, but I also had the audio book going, and ended up just returning the physical book because I was listening to it more than picking it up, if that makes sense with this one. But I think I would probably, I mean, I've got the second one borrowed on my audio library app. So I would definitely check that out, and I think I would listen or read more of Jennifer Killick's works now. I can see that I've got a short story collection edited by her called Read, Scream, Repeat. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued in trying more of her middle grade stories. But yeah, those are my thoughts for that. Morning everybody, it is the 23rd today of July, and I thought I would just hop on to just say good morning. I read a lot of this yesterday. I think I stopped reading it around must have been going up to 11. So I have literally a couple of pages left, so I'm probably going to finish this either now or on the bus, and I'll return it. That's the quickest I've read a library book, let alone a book full stop. Really enjoying this. It's very, very helpful. I think I said everything that I wanted to say, to be honest, in terms of the review. I'll probably just pop back on and give you the star rating when I've done, because I've already reviewed it pretty much. And it's not like a far out there fantasy story where everything could change in the last couple of pages. Do you know what I mean? But if anything does change, I'll let you know. Very user-friendly, easy to read, that sort of stuff. So this will be my second book read for the summer reading challenge. First book being Crater Lake by Jennifer Killick, and then it will be Alistair Campbell's The Talks Politics. Both of them were not on my TBR. I am still reading from the original TBR list, The Owl Service by Alan Garner. I haven't picked this up in maybe a day and a half or so, but I'm on page 64, and yeah, it's very easy reading. I feel like in terms of pace, it's very easy to read a big chunk of this at a time, if that makes sense. So yes, I will probably this week, so it's Tuesday now, I'll probably focus on this book, and also, well, once this one's done, focus on this book and also a book that I did a book tour for. How many times am I going to say book? Last week, but I've still got a couple of pages left to actually finish, so I just did thoughts so far for that one. So that's still going to be my commute read. That one is The Building That Wasn't by Abigail Gates, I want to say. That's not for this reading challenge at all, but I thought I'd mention that. So yeah, that's going to be my main read until that finishes at work. Obviously going to polish this off today because I've only got a couple of pages, and then I'll probably swap out and start taking this to work, and as well as reading in the evenings and that. So those are the plans for reading this week. I've sort of decided in my head that this will be a 2-weekly vlog, so I'm going to wrap it up at the end of this week or midweek. I think I started the actual reading challenge aspect of this vlog a week earlier, so there's extra content in there, so it's not technically the official first week, but it's 2 weeks of reading for the summer reading challenge, if that makes sense. And then I'll probably do that similar format for the rest of the summer. But anyway, that is me for now. I'm going to eat my cereal and read some more of my book. Just finished, and I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. Hello my little loves, I feel like I haven't done a proper update check-in in a couple of days, so I'm still reading The Owl Service, and I think I'm gonna finish this vlog hopefully with this book finished, because have I already said it? I want to do these in 2-week intervals sort of thing for the reading challenge. But anyway, I'm currently on chapter 17, which is page 132, and I've kind of fallen off a little bit. When I pick it up, I do find it's very easy to dip back into it and kind of continue on with our characters and our story. But at the same time, in terms of the story, I do feel like it's a little bit clunky and kind of all over the place with the pace. So there's that I'm struggling with, and I'm just finding I'm not as connected to the characters this far in as I would hope from a story. So, I mean, I'm going to continue on. I want to see the mystery of this, like the mythology and these owls that keep disappearing, and also this possession kind of aspect. But it's kind of going a little bit downhill for me in terms of enjoyment. Folks, I have finished the owl service. And unfortunately, I didn't love it as much as I was expecting to. I'd probably give it like a 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't get on with any of the characters really. And I just wished we had more of the myth. Like, it was very much steeped in myth. I can't really distinguish what I mean. It was steeped in myth, but it also felt like it wasn't really happening. Like, I don't know, it was just a trippy experience. I found it difficult to follow like the timeline, and I don't mean they were going back in time or anything like that. I guess with the storytelling of the mythology, but what I mean is, like, I couldn't tell whether it was days had passed, weeks had passed, or if they were still talking about the same day. Like, there was no distinction there of how long had passed between this event and the next. And I don't know, I just couldn't get into the dialogue really, which is a shame. Maybe if I'd read this when I was younger, it would have sunk in better. And I definitely will check out the adaptation if I can find it anywhere. Yeah, it was filmed in the valley that it was actually set in, which is really, really cool. But wasn't my favourite read, unfortunately. Glad to have read it, definitely. It's revered as a classic of our time, probably like a modern classic. So yeah, I'm really happy to have read it, but it's not going to stay in my mind for long, I feel. Anyway, before I finish for the night, I thought I'd show you my nails. I've been working on these for like 3 nights, but I had some issues that I had to like fix. So some of the nails were like coming off, or like they were peeling or something. I don't know. So I tried to fix them last night. Oh no, it was the colour. I hated the colour, and it wasn't very even in application. I had like this grey colour. It just looked awful. So I fixed them last night and went for all black pretty much, but with white on some nails. And then today I noticed I was peeling on my finger and thumb on both hands, and I was like looking into research. I was like, oh, why is this? What have I done wrong? But I think it was because I had too thick of a coat, because now I've like redone them and they're as smooth as anything, and they've not like wrinkled or bubbled up. And like throughout the day I was like, yeah, you can really tell that it isn't dry underneath, because I was able to smush the wrinkles around. But I've also added some cow prints to the 2 middle ones. So I've just randomly added a white nail on this one, and then I've randomly added a couple of white nails on this. I didn't want it like super samey, but I wanted it kind of asymmetrical. And then cow prints was in my head, so I wanted to give my hand a go at that. I've also done matte nails for all of them, but the cow print, you probably won't be able to tell in this lighting very well. The cow print pattern itself have a shiny top coat, so I sort of just dabbed on a little bit of top coat on the parts that I wanted to stay shiny, whilst the rest is matte. Does that make sense? I'm over explaining. Anyway, yeah, so I thought I'd show you that. Now I'm going to pretty much go to bed most likely, and maybe pick up another book to read for the summer reading challenge. This is the first week down. Well, from tomorrow, that would have been, yeah, Saturday to Saturday. So that's the first week down for the summer reading challenge, or starting the second week, however you want to view it. So exciting times. Need to pick out the next book that I'm gonna read for. I think I might pick up Wonderstruck, which is by the same author that did Hugo Cabaret. So looking forward to trying that one out. So I started another book that I've decided I'm going to include for the summer reading challenge. So that will be 4 books, because I'm probably going to finish it tonight. I'll show you in a minute. But it's not one of the original ones. So far I only have finished one of the original books. Oh my god, sorry, I'm trying to stop shaking the camera, which was the Owl Service. But I'm going to add this in, but I still want to continue the vlogging, like new vlogs over the coming weeks, just because I want to see how many of the original TBR that I can get through and what I think of them. But this is the one that I picked up. This is from the library, and this is Mythologies Fairies by John Marlam, and it's just one of those cute little like information fact file booklets about various types of fairies. It kind of reminds me of the Brian Froud books, and I thought I'd show you guys, dropped it on the floor, the little haul that I got from the library today. So I've absolutely adored the Land of Stories series, but I didn't necessarily want to buy this particular one, and it had come in as a returned book. So somebody read it, hopefully they enjoyed it, so I thought, oh, let me pinch it whilst it's here and nobody else wants it. And this is Chris Colfer's graphic novel of Goldilocks Wanted Dead or Alive, so I'll enjoy that and potentially put that in this vlog too. And I've also got, I've been wanting to read more like historical books and things to just kind of better my knowledge, widen my horizons, and I thought it'd be interesting to read the graphic adaptation of Anne Frank's diary. I've yet to read the original biography, but I thought this was a good toe dip into some essential reading. So let's see how this goes, and yeah, again, I'll probably mention them here and there throughout the coming vlogs. But for this one specifically, the fairy book, I'm not going to talk about my thoughts here in terms of like my wrap up thoughts at the end, just because I've got a part 2 July wrap up pending, and I actually want to probably sit down and talk about some books aside from what I've been saying in vlogs. And yeah, I don't want to repeat myself, so I thought let me just give me some extra books that I'm not going into detail in these vlogs. So yeah, that's the thought anyway. I'm going through some storage. Now, how cute is this? Back when I used to go to church when I was a little kid, I think this is Noah's Ark that we made. How adorable is this? And there's a dried rose. I don't know where that's from. I don't know how this managed to stay upright in like a big cardboard box with stuff in it and piled around it. I think it was at the top, but how cute is that? Oh, it might not even be Noah's Ark, you know, and it might not be from church, because that's looking like Viking-y to me. This is cute though, but I'm gonna chuck it, I don't need it. I'm sorry, but look at my little handwriting. It's all wobbly and cute. Hey folks, so I thought I'd quickly wrap this vlog up, as I've not picked up anything else for the reading challenge so far this week, so it's been a bit of a quiet one on the reading front for that, but I'm hoping from Saturday starting a new vlog and starting it off with Wonderstruck by Brian Selznick. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I shall catch you in the next video soon. Bye.